So if that doesn't happen, Shakur had a brilliant performance, probably his best performance. But what did you think about his performance? And he called out Gervonta right after. How does that fight play out? I know you have a relationship with Shakur. You know his skill set.
I don't really have too much of a relationship with Shakur, man. I've always been a fan of Shakur. I've always been a fan of his work.
Yeah.
I've been, critical of Shakur, because I just know that he's a better fighter than sometimes he displays.
Yeah.
But I think this time around, he gave us the total package this time around, and to be honest with you, I think there's even another level. He has a lot of skills. He does, and he showed, including myself, because I have my doubts, and I'll be real, that he do got that dog in him. He showed it. He stood there in the pocket against a guy that had 20-something knockouts. A guy that was, he hits you, he breaks you down little by little, and then he knocks you out.
Yeah.
And he fought his fight. He fought the same fight. You want to fight in the pocket? Okay, well, I'm going to teach you how to fight in the pocket, right? And beat him in his own game. So I respect that, man. I like that Shakur, man. Now, I'll give you something to think about, though. Floyd had injuries too, and hand problems, right? And Floyd turned into the Money Mayweather and became more defensive minded, right? And he chose and picked and choose when he was on strike or not. With Shakur hand injuries and hand problems, man, he can't fight like that. He won't be able to fight like that every single time. He won't be able to. And styles make fights as well. Just because Shakur stood there against this guy inside the pocket, high volume puncher, absorbs some shots countered. He can't do that with another guy, who's a little bit more of a bigger puncher or a bigger threat, that's a damn, real good counter puncher. He's gonna have to be a little bit more savvy inside the ring, use his movement, offset him and counter, effectively. So I'm not expecting Shakur to have this type of performance every time he set foot in the ring. But, moving forward, I'm thinking possibly we're going to see that, hit, get out of the way, hit, counter, because these hands, man, they're not going to hold up. So he's going to turn a little bit into more of a Mayweather type of fighter where he's just, he's in it, he's point fighting, and he's getting his wins.
Yeah, so he can have longevity in the game. But if he does happen to face Gervonta, how do you see that fight playing out?
If Gervonta is all the way locked in, I personally think that Gervonta Davis is 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You can't be with 1 foot in and 1 foot out type of fighter. I think Gervonta Davis is looking for a big payday, and then he's going to sell off. So if that Gervonta Davis getting the ring with Shakur, I got Shakur all day, 7 days a week. But if we get it all the way locked in, take Davis. It's a little bit more of a difficult fight. If you really think about the style matchup between these two, you got one of the best defensive fighters, if not the best defensive fighter in the game. You got one of the most accurate fighters, power punches in the game as well. But you have one that throws less punches. He probably had many of these top guys at 135 pounds, he throws the least amount of punches. You got a guy like Shakur who showed you that he has offense. I think stylistically would favor Shakur, based upon his defense and his offense now.
Yes.
But again, all the way locked in, all it takes is one. Take, and if he lands that one, man, it could, I don't know, it could be bad for Shakur, it could be not. Maybe Shakur takes it. We really haven't seen Shakur get hit with something that, that really got his attention, or changed his world. So, but yeah, I still think it's be a hell of a fight. I think it'll be a boring fight too. I don't think it's going to be an entertaining fight. But hey, that's why we like the fights. They're both great names, coming with different styles. It'll be great for the fans. But we'll see, man. We'll see if the fight. I personally don't think the fight's gonna ever happen.
Yeah.
And that's just my personal opinion. I'm not hating. It's just my personal. I don't think the fight's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think Tank will retire for that. We were hearing that Tank was gonna be fighting against Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? That's still on the table. So, I don't know. I don't know what Tank's future looks like as of right now, but I know Shakur is willing to face, the best out there. It don't matter. You consider the best? Okay, I'll fight you.
Definitely.
And that's what we need in the game, man. We need guys that want to step up and challenge the best fighters out there, and Shakur is that guy.